Hi, welcome to NBA Info. My name is Mario Morgan, and my goal is to give you the real info about the NBA game. First off, get ready for the Victor Wembanyama era. Yes, there's questions about him because people haven't seen a person like this, and there's always, maybe he'll get hurt, but this kid is the truth. His size, skill, athleticism, length, his total package is unbelievable, and he's must-see TV. I had the privilege of watching him in Summer League this past year, seeing him up close and personal, and seeing how he just towers over the competition. The way he takes up size on the court, vertically, horizontally, closing out, full length, 2 steps from the three-point line, dunking, just how he plays the game is unlike anything we've seen before. Definitely would advise all to tune in to watch him play. Although the season officially starts Tuesday night, Wednesday night when Dallas plays San Antonio, the true era of the season begins as Victor Wembanyama. He's the truth, folks. All the hype is going to be well worth it, and you'll see real soon that he's going to be it. It's going to be causing a lot of ruckus for the entire league. The kings of the hill right now in the league are the Denver Nuggets. Congratulations to them once again for winning the NBA championship. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray tag teamed it all and took care of Miami, LA, and everybody else, Phoenix, everybody else who stood in their path. But those teams are going to come back again trying to test them. We're going to see in the West, Denver obviously is going to have the target on their back, but the Lakers played them close. Phoenix is retooled. Golden State's got their last gasps in them to make a little run in there too. So it's going to be really tough out west at the top. And the East, you have Milwaukee with Giannis and Dame teaming up. The Boston Celtics going to be there fighting again. Miami Heat, never can count them out. As well as the reigning MVP Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Are those top 8 teams? I think those are the elite cream of the crop in the league. But besides those 8 teams, there are going to be another 18 teams all competing. Right now, I only have 4 teams that I don't think will be competitive for the play-in. Everybody's going to be able to be competing this year because there's so much talent, so much depth. So many teams can go with the speed the game's played, so many three-pointers that'll be shooting. Everybody can shoot it. It's going to be an exciting, fun season, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out. There are many changes to the NBA season this year, starting off with Vegas with the in-season tournament, as certain games are being designated to be tournament games as the NBA tries a new way to generate interest in the fall. We'll see how it goes and how the players adapt to these new rules that are in the environment. Also, a refocus on flopping again. Coaches have been given an extra challenge if they win their first challenge. And also to add to it the load management rules, where Adam Silver has put in new rules in place where to decrease the amount of load management teams do, so all players can be available as much as possible. All these changes are going to impact the NBA and how it's played, and we'll all have to see how it plays out. But players being more available and the game going on, the calls getting it right, those are always good things. So I'm looking forward to those changes. We're on the eve of the season. Quick look at potentially the over-unders and the possible award winners for this season. I took a look at the plus minuses and the over-unders for the league, and considering Vegas numbers, and most of them starting with Boston at 54.5, all the way to Washington at 24.5. A few of the notable ones that stick out to me as far as numbers that I like is Milwaukee Bucks at 53.5 wins. I like the over on that. Giannis just signed an extension. Dame's going to be motivated. I really think they'll make a big impact in the East, and I really think they'll win more than 53 games. A couple other things of notes on the over and under. Golden State at 47.5 games. Although I'm confident in the playoffs, the regular season is a different animal than the playoffs. There's going to be injuries. We're already dealing with injury. Draymond Green. You have Chris Paul up there in age, Steph, and Clay. I don't know how they will navigate the season. So 47.5 wins seems a little bit too ambitious for them, but that doesn't change in the playoff time. Lakers 46.5. Now this team, I would take the over on wins with it. They have depth. They have a lot of players going into the season. Darvin Ham has had a team growing, and they showed a great run after the trade deadline last year, making it to the Western Conference Finals. 46.5 seems to be selling them short, so I definitely went the over with the Lakers. Another notable over-under that I would go with the under on is the Memphis Grizzlies at 46.5. Ja Morant's going to be suspended for a portion of the season. They just announced that Steven Adams is out for the entire year. Dillon Brooks is gone, and so they have to adjust to how their rotation goes that way. So, yeah, I don't like them reaching 46.5 wins. It seems there's way too many obstacles for them. So I take the under there. A couple other teams I take the under on. Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings are 44.5 wins. I was a big fan of them last year. I thought they would make the playoffs. This season it's going to be a lot tougher. They're not going to be able to take teams by surprise. Their team's going to be gunning for them. And I really question their interior defense. It's going to be really tough for them. They can outshoot everybody when a lot of teams have a lot of firepower. So we'll see. Another team, Dallas Mavericks at 43.5 wins. I'm kind of taking it under. I don't think Dallas has the team. I like Luka, I like Kyrie, but two great players aren't enough in as competitive West as it is. So you might struggle to make the playoffs or make the play-in. It's going to be a competitive league. It's a competitive league. Another team I like to over on is Atlanta Hawks at 42.5 wins. Last season, they seemed like they were just a 41-win team, and basically alternated wins and losses seemed like all season long. But with Quinn Snyder there, I like the changes they made. I liked his vision for the team. He's got a little head start with last season, so I suspect they'll win more than 42.5 games. The team I like to go take the over with is the Utah Jazz at 35.5. Another team that finished the season strong last season. They've also added more depth. You added John Collins to the mix. You pushed some of the rotation pieces down, but I like them as a sleeper, the Utah Jazz. Lauri Markkanen. A lot of people sleep on Taylor Horton-Tucker because he's not a traditional point guard, but he's an impact player. His size dimensions is something that's hard to deal with as a point guard spot. A lot of people are sleeping on the Utah Jazz, but instead of Sacramento this year, I like Utah Jazz to be my sleeper, to be a team to make a lot of noise in the Western Conference and make the playoffs. Charlotte Hornets at 31.5 wins. I'm taking the under. Just don't trust them. A lot of injury issues. Ball's been hurt. Hayward's been hurt. You have the whole Miles Bridges situation, new ownership. It's going to take some time. I'll take the under there. Two other teams of note I have with over-unders. San Antonio Spurs, 28.5. I'm taking the over on the Spurs. I think the Victor Wembanyama, Popovich, even 2 seasons ago, they made a play-in. The San Antonio Spurs is just a great coach, a great ran organization. I like them to win more than 28.5 games. Victor is just that good. He might not make the same level of impact as LeBron James when he first came to Cleveland as far as lifting him up in the standings, or when Tim Duncan first came to San Antonio Spurs, but it might be close. The Victor Wembanyama show is real. One last team is Portland Trail Blazers at 27.5 wins. I'm taking the under. Young team, total rebuild. They're trying to give Scoot Henderson the keys as a rookie. That's not the recipe for a high win season, or winning even 1 out of 4 games. So no, I'll take the under there. For the awards over predictions, I was 2 of 6 correct last year. I had Rookie of the Year with Banchero and MVP right. So here are my picks for this coming season. Most improved player, Cade Cunningham. He's at plus 800. My long shot is John Kuminga from Golden State. 6th man of the year, Derek White of Boston. A long shot is Rui Hachimura of the Lakers. Side note, last season, Darvin Ham said he would get Russell Westbrook as 6th man of the year once he moved into the bench. And he was leading in all Vegas when it came down to before he was traded near the deadline. Their goal is to get Rui Hachimura 6th man of the year. We'll see. 5th player of the year, Anthony Davis. And he was my pick last season. Jaren Jackson won it. However, Jaren and Davis lost it because he didn't play as many games, but he actually played more minutes than Jaren Jackson. So that's on the voters. Defense player of the year, my pick is Anthony Davis again. My long shot, plus 1,200 isn't too long a shot, but Victor Wembanyama. Blocks and steals he's going to get is going to be astronomical. He's going to get some consideration. Rookie of the year, no surprise, Victor Wembanyama. He's negative 149 in Vegas as of today. A long shot, however, is Osura Thompson of Detroit. He's going to be a big playmaker for Detroit. I was real high on Jalen Williams last season, and I think Osura Thompson can have a similar impact, if not even greater one, because of less talent in Detroit. So keep an eye on him. The year basically goes based off records, and usually the season expectations teams that go above records. So I like the Lakers more so to go to reach over 50 wins. So with that, I think that recognition will give Darvin Ham a coach of the year. So that's my pick there. My long shot is Quinn Snyder. If he can turn Atlanta around, get them up to about 45 wins, get them around the 4th, 5th seed in the East, I think Quinn Snyder is a good shot at winning the coach of the year as well too. In tournament MVP, we'll see. No, it's too soon to make those predictions on there. However, one thing I'll say about the in-season tournament, with the rules being set so that margin of victory makes a factor, keep an eye on those games for fantasy or betting purposes, because when those games come for the standings, you'll see players really try to put up numbers because they understand the point differential matters. So keep an eye on that. MVP. My choice for MVP this year is Jason Tatum. He's at plus 800. I think Boston's gonna do really well. A strong year from them again. He's got that itch. It's that time. His talent is unquestioned. They got some help in Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. So I really think Milwaukee and Boston are gonna be neck and neck in the East. And if Boston has the best record, I think Jason Tatum gets MVP. My long shot is Anthony Davis, and he's surprisingly at plus 4,000. But the same thing with colors in the West. If the Lakers get the top seed in the West, it's going to be because of Anthony Davis. And then with that case, he's likely going to be MVP. Good chance to get MVP. So those are my top 2 contenders. My MVP pick him a long shot based on the odds. So tune in NBA Info. Again, my name is Mario Morgan. I have a lot of fun things and informational things planned for us this season. So look forward to it. Enjoy the season.